Hey everyone, Zach at Arborjet headquarters. Today we are going to open up a brand new F12 kit. It's the same thing as the F18, but the F18 actually comes with more stuff in it. So we'll go through setting up a bottle, set of lines, everything from start to just before you actually inject the tree. All right, so we got the box open. Inside is your bucket. So you can just take that out. Get the box out of the way. All right. So now that we got all the cardboard out of the way, you can see the bike pump sticking up out. It comes with bottle stands, one bag with your 5/32 lines and the hex PDS. So this is what goes to connects the bottle to the needles. The 1/4-inch line is also in there. So there's 2 of those for the F12 kit. If you get an F18 or an F18 Pro, there's 3 sets. Again, 1/2 liter of Clean Jet to get you started with your cleaning. One bag that has your 12 ball valve assemblies and needles. Again, if you got an F18 or Pro kit, there'd actually be 18 of these. A couple measuring cups with your funnel, safety glasses, your Connect kit. So if you wanted to hook up your 2 F12 or your 2 hex PDSs together, there's a push to connect that is a check valve as well. So you'd actually substitute that out with one of the hex PDSs, and then you can actually hook them together. Safety glasses and a rebuild kit that will rebuild a cap and the bottle. Mixing cups for the product when you have to mix it. Your plug setter, drill bits, monkey wrench, the Allen wrenches you need, and needle cleanout tools. Your graduated cylinder. And then finally you have 2 0.65 liter bottles, one with a cap on it, and then 2 1.5 liter bottles, one with a cap on it. So you get 2 of each size bottle, 2 of the caps. Again, if you get an F18 version, you get 3 bottles, 3 caps. So basically add a full set onto this, and that's what your F18 comes with. Your instruction manuals with your registration card, send that back and you get a free bag of plugs. You also get a bumper sticker. And finally, inside is the bike pump that you use to pressurize your bottle. So I'm going to take the 6-gallon bucket, put it up there, and now we're going to go through actually putting together one of the bottles with the cap assembly, the hex PDS, the needles, so you see how it all plugs together. So we got the bucket there. There are holes drilled in the bucket, so you can slide one of your bottle stands in there if you don't want to jam it into the ground. See how it slides right down. It's got a clip for your bottle so you can hold the bottle in, just like so. So I'm just going to set it up with the small bottle. Move some things out of the way. So let's get the wrapping off. So you can see the cap. We have the quick disconnect where you pressurize it with the bike pump. This is your pressure release valve. This opens the cap to let the product flow out. Here is your 1/4-inch push to connect that the product flows out of into the tube. And this is your 120 PSI overflow valve. So when you're pressurizing it, pumping it up with the bike pump, once you get above 120, this actually kicks in and lets the extra air pressure out. Get that. I'll need that in a minute. And then let's go ahead and get out one of your hex PDSs and lines. So just cut that open. So here, just undo the Velcro, and here comes the octopus. So you have your 1/4 inch line, which actually will go from your bottle cap assembly to the hex PDS. You have your hex PDS with 6 lines that come out. There are 2 shorter lines which go onto these ends, which are push to connect. So you actually pop this out, and that's a check valve inside. It shuts it off. So if you only want to do 5 injection sites, you got 5 there. If you want to bounce it down to 4, now you're at 4 injection sites. These 2 shut off, so you don't have to worry about product coming out. If you needed to use them, you just pop those lines back in, and now those openings are live. So from here, I'm going to close off, and we're going to open up your valve assemblies and get 6 valve assemblies and 6 needles out. So you notice when you get the valve assemblies that there are some that have a straight in push to connect. Those are intended for the short lines, so they stay to the close side of the tree to the kit, so you don't have to worry about kinking. So I'll get 2 of those out, and then there'll be, the rest will have 90 degrees, so in case you got to reach it around the tree, you don't have to worry about kinking. 2, 3, 4. All right, so I got 4 with 90 degrees, 2 with straights. So let's get to putting these together. All right, so again, this is a short line coming from the push to connect check valve. I'm just going to pop that in on that. Let's find the other one. Here's the other short line. Push that in. And then we got the 4 longers. So 90 degree push to connect, another 90 degree push to connect. That makes 5. All right, 6 ball valve assemblies all hooked up. So now you got all this hooked up. I'm gonna take the cap off. You can see that they're internal bottle parts. Let's get this one out of the way. And so this is what it comes set up as when you take it off. You just slide the tubes inside and then just twist the bottle on. The nice thing about the F-Series cap is you have a fill plug. So you can twist this off. The funnel has an adapter, so you can just thread that on. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and pour some product in, or dyed water rather. That way we can show how to prime the lines. So just pouring that in. All right, that's enough to finish the demonstration. After that, you just take this back off. And put the cap back on. All right, so now we're at the point where you can go ahead, drill, set your plugs. We're going to start priming the bottle and bleeding the lines of air. So you get your bike pump. That gets attached to the quick disconnect. All right, that's closed. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I'm about 70 PSI. That's plenty for this. You get about 10 out of each push of the handle. Disconnect that. Let's get the bike pump out of the way. And then on the valve assemblies, they're quarter turn ball valves. So when the handle's in line with the valve assembly, that's open. I'm going to close each one of these before we bleed, because I'll bleed one line at a time, just so I don't make a mess. And so at this point, now you can open up the pressure release valve. See, one good turn, it's already coming out. See the line, it's almost all the way there. So just to show you how it's going to work, once you open that up, it comes out. So not a whole lot to bleed off. Sometimes you don't even need to. There's very little air in these lines. You can see and hear it coming out. So at this point, you plug them into your arbor plugs, and then you can let the product flow into the tree. So that's your F12 kit from box to bark. Thanks for joining me today. If you have any more questions, feel free to call the office or reach out to your tech manager. Thanks a lot.